Alright, then after that we get to the designing of the whole. So we go over to the new family section, and then from the template files we choose the metric generic model face-based file and open it up. Alright, and then in the plan itself we go here and create the slot type design, which is usually 1 by 2 centimeters. All right, so we create this and then move this over here. All right, then adjust these and pull this over here. And all right, so after we've designed this part, we can name the parameter as D1, and then this part on the side is going to be D2. All right, then let's go to the edit type and put in 10 for D1 and 20 for D2. Now I'll go over and use the void tool, then select the extrusion tool and create a rectangle over here. All right, then delete these two sides. After that, using the center arch, we'll specify this point as our center and our base point, and then we rotate around it, tangent for these two, and then lock them. Then we'll do the same on the bottom side as well. So lock these, and then after that we'll go to the front view, finish it up here. Then in the constraints I'll specify the extrusion end on 0 and the start on -2.5, around the same thickness that we needed for the U support system. Or I can put the extrusion end on 0.5 and the extrusion start on -2.2. Yeah, that's better. Alright, then using the cut tool, we click on this part. Then if we look at it from the 3D view, we'll get a shape like this, which we can save in the families folder, and we can name it slot hole. Alright, then from the options, I'll put the maximum number of backups on 1, and let me just put the dimensions and name as well. So 10 by 20 millimeters. After that, we can save it. Alright, then I'll click on the load into project and close. Here I'll select the U support that we have and hit OK. So in contrast to the families that we created for the structure face and the jacks that go under the ceiling, we couldn't place the slots because the surface was round, but this isn't round, so we can place them easily like this. Alright, then I can select it and hit space to rotate it like this, and then we go to the top side and put 3 over here, and then another one on the other side. After that, we want to adjust these in the length of the piece. So we go to the left view, and then using the reference tool, we create 2 planes right here vertically. Alright, and then I can do something else as well, but let's just leave it for now, it's fine. Now I can select the 2 planes and equalize them. There we go, and then I'll put the scaling on 1 to 5. It needs to be just a bit smaller, so 1 to 2. And then after that, I'll put a measure here as well. Now this profile that we have here has some parameters itself, so we can go over to this section, the U support profile, and add the parameters ourselves. So for the first one, I'll select this and name it H_profile. There we go, then put it under type, and from the group parameter, I'll put it under construction. Then hit OK, and then we'll go to the next one. So it's this one right here, select it, and then we open up the properties and rename this one, which is going to be half_W. After that, we'll put it under the type category, and the group parameter is going to be construction as well. Then we'll hit OK, and then we have the last one, which we rename to W, and put it under construction as well, and hit OK. Alright, now in the plan, I can select this one after that and rename it in the parameter properties W_hole. Alright, then let's go to the family types, Now under the dimension section, we have the W underscore whole where we can select and put it under the construction for the group parameters. All right, and in the formula section of the W underscore whole, we can put in equals W divided by 3. Okay, then we go into the plan and edit the W underscore whole. And from here, we can do one side first. All right, so load up the formula and there we go. And then after that, we can go over to the family types and put this on divided by 2. Let me just change it to 4 and all right. Now using the align tool, I'll lock this line with this part and this line with here, and the one in the middle is locked as well. Now I'll go over to the formula section and put these in the parentheses so we can get it a bit neater and add in 2 millimeters. Okay, and now it looks just a bit better. And this is what it looks like in the 3D view. Now let's go back to the left view, and here it is. Alright, so let's go to the plan itself. So here under the create tab, we'll select the reference tool and create one plane here and then another one next to it. Alright, then we go to the other side and do the same thing here as well. Then I'll select the measure tool and measure from this line to the one here and to this one as well. Alright, then we do this on the other side as well, and then put the scale on 1/10. Now I'll select this, and under the parameter properties section, I'll name it start underscore 1, then Ctrl C to copy it, and then I'll put it under the instance group, and the group parameter is going to be under other as well. Now I'll select the other one and name it start2, and under instance, and the group is going to be other2. Now let's go to the other side and select this one, and under the parameter properties, I'll name this one and underscore 1, put it under the instance type, and we'll go with other for group again. Then we'll select the last one and apply the same settings, only this time we'll name this one and underscore 2. Alright, after that, we'll open up the family types, and under the other section, I'll edit the value of N1 to 25 and the start 1 to 25 as well, and the N2 and start 2 to 43. Alright, and these are the dimensions that we have to keep. Let me just open up the family types. Alright, this one's 43. There we go. Now I'll select the align tool. So here, lock this line with this slot and this line with this slot here and this one as well. Now we'll need to expand the number of the slots that we have in the length of the piece. So first I'll select the one in the middle and use the array tool and put this on move to last. Then I'll select this point and connect it to this point on this side. Alright, then use the align tool and lock the hole with this line, and then lock it with this horizontal line as well. Alright, then open up the edit type and we create a new parameter here which we'll name space. Then the discipline is going to be comment, the type length, and the group parameter is going to be other. Then put it under instance. Let me just change the name to space underscore hole. Then OK. Now this specifies that the distance between all of these holes should be about 40 millimeters each. So then I'll hit apply, and then we have the number of holes that we need to distribute. So I'll create a new parameter here, and I'll name this one number underscore hole underscore center, which is referring to the number of holes that we have in the center line. Put it under instance, and the type is going to be integer, then this one other, and hit OK. So now we need to calculate the number in this part. So for the number, we have the length that we can divide by the space. Let's see what we have for the space. We have the parameter that says space hole. All right, so divide the length by that and put it under the formula section and hit OK. All right, then I'll select this slot in the middle and hit tab, and then select the line up top, and then select the number hole for the label. And there we go. And this is what it looks like in the 3D view. Then I'll hit Ctrl S to save it and go back to the plan. And then we can create a new formula for the slot on the bottom. So Ctrl C on the parameter that we have says number hole center. Then create a new parameter, hit Ctrl V to paste the name and edit the name of this one to number hole LR, meaning left and right. The type is going to be integer, put it under instance, and the group is going to be other. Now we'll put the formula of this one under parentheses because we have the start and the end as well. So in the parentheses, we put in length minus, then open up a new parentheses and put in 2 times by start or end, either one, because they're the same. I'll put in end here and underscore 1, then I'll close the parentheses. All right, and then we're going to divide this by the space that each hole occupies. So the parameter is going to be space hole. All right, then after we've typed that in, that's it for the formula section of this part. After that, I can close the edit type and go into the plan and select this one, meaning the hole that we have on top.